start off this video, I just want to say thank you for 50 subscribers. I know it's not that many subscribers now, but I appreciate every single one of you, and it motivates me. I'm excited for 50 subscribers, the next 100 subscribers, 150, 200. I just want to keep going. So just wanted to take a moment to say thank you, and let's hop into the Pokemon Sun and Moon review. So I wrote down a bunch of stuff, like there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. I wrote down a bunch of bullets. Pokemon, man. I have such a history with Pokemon. Like, let me just tell you real quick before we jump into this. Pokemon was probably the first video game I ever played. I remember I was born in 97, and 97 was the year that Pokemon was serialized in America. It came out in 96 in Japan. So Red and Blue came out in America in 1997, the year I was born. So obviously I was too young at that age to play Red and Blue, but by the time Gold and Silver came around, I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I vividly remember playing those games on the Game Boy Color. I remember struggling. That's why I think I remember that I was struggling heavy. I didn't know what to fucking do. Straight up. I struggled with the whole RPG kind of like game style. I didn't know who to talk to, what items to get, I didn't know what an HM was. I didn't know you can surf. I didn't know how to cut down trees. I was a mess, you know. Then eventually I had like a friend show me like the ropes, and then like I figured out that it was like a formula, and that like most of the games kind of follow the same formula. And I think that's how I kind of like fell in love with the game. Like, there's just so much to fucking do. And this game in particular, Sun and Moon, does such a good job of capturing that nostalgia feel of Pokemon, but yet adding new innovative features that really make the game a more wholesome and rounded experience. And let me just start off with the first thing I really noticed and enjoyed about the game. The music. The music is amazing. It sets the tone and offers perfect background noise for almost every single scene. Most of the Pokemon games have great music, you know what I mean? I love the music in every single one of the Pokemon games, but there's something that's thematic about the music in this region. It's really beautiful, it's very Hawaiian, it seems like they took inspiration from a lot of traditional Hawaiian music and Pokemon traditional music and kind of like made it their own. And every single scene, every single city has its own specific music, and that just makes the game seem more unique. And it immerses you into the world, and it gives you a better experience overall. The Pokemon design in this region, I really like the Pokemon design. There are a few, you know, that I'm probably not going to use on my team, but like with every single region, there's a few Pokemon that I just like shy away from because it's just not my type. But for every Pokemon that like is not my favorite, there's one that I just love. Let me go through my team real quick with you guys. Like, my team is fucking boss. Like, we're kicking ass right now. We got Decidueye, Toucannon. We got Salazzle, Alolan Ninetales. What's the name of that? Golisopod and Alolan Golem. Alolan Golem and Golisopod. Got a fucking stacking team right now. My only weaknesses right now are like normal types because I don't have a fighting type. It's not like a weakness, but like I don't have any advantage on that. I have Rock Smash on my Toucannon, but my other weakness is flying type. Like, I have Alolan Golem, but he's slow as fuck. And speaking of Pokemon designs, the Ultra Beast designs are really cool. Like, they're weird. And I'm just gonna try and stay away from spoilers in this review. It's gonna be mostly just aesthetics and game mechanics and stuff. But the Ultra Beasts are crazy. They're kind of scary, you know. There's like the Lusamine, the president of Aether, you know, there's like some scenes with her that are just trip as hell. Like, I'm at the Elite Four. I haven't completely beat the game yet. I've been really taking my time with it and letting it simmer in my system and just sink in, because it's like, when's the next time we're going to be able to play a new region like this? 2 years from now? 3 years from now? It's been amazing. The characters in this game, the NPCs, you know, your friends, Lily, Hau, the kid whose Pokemon is type Null. All these characters, like this little core group of characters that you hang out with and that are kind of like your friends, really well done. Hau is a great character. He kind of reminds me of Tommy from Gen 4, but he's more happy, he's more outgoing. It's like he has like a reason to be happy, and like his personality is kind of like he just doesn't give a fuck about anything, and he just like laughs it off. Except like the moments like where you just like answer him incorrectly and he looks at you like it's really funny. Lily's great, man. You know, at first I didn't really like her. You know, I was always saving her ass. She was stuffing Cosmog in her fucking bag, suffocating it for all we know. You know, but she really developed into a spoiler alert. She like kind of really developed into someone who wanted to hold her own and defend herself, and I could relate to that. You know, she wanted to become strong. Like she was inspired by me as a Pokemon trainer, and wanted to become strong herself because I don't know. I thought that was neat. I thought that was nice. It's a nice little spin. Team Skull and the Aether Foundation are great antagonist organizations. I really like Team Skull for their personality, the expressions on their face, you know, and everyone's face in this game, by the way. Like, the expressions have never been this obvious, you know. People make solidified emotional expressions with their face in this game because their like faces move and stuff. It's great. Pokemon's never really done that before. They did it a little bit in X and Y, but they've really taken it to the next level in this game. And that added to Team Skull and the Aether Foundation because something about them didn't feel generic. They felt unique and funny and crazy, and I found myself wanting to beat these people, these psychopaths. And it was really fun to beat up the Team Skullgrunts. Like, they said really funny stuff. They're just hilarious. Yo, and Lusamine is a fucking savage. Like, what the fuck, man? She's crazy. Oh my god, the region. Yo, let's talk about the region, like, and the islands, and just exploring these islands, going from island to island. I straight up feel like I'm on a vacation. It's unbelievable. I actually recently just went to Hawaii for the first time. We went to Maui last year, and I was blown away. That was before Pokemon Moon and Sun were like even announced, or I don't think I knew about them. And playing this game now and factoring to the nostalgia feel, I literally feel like I'm in Hawaii. They did such a good job of nailing the environment and the atmosphere of Hawaii. And it's really cool how like the time changes from day to night. You really get a transition, and sometimes you get to play during the nighttime and be on the beach, on the water with like the moon shining over you, and sometimes you're under the bright sun and you feel warm, and it's really cool. I'm only going over the pros right now. There's definitely some cons that I want to go over at the end of this review, but it's very few, honestly. The mechanics in this game, there's a bunch of new mechanics. Z moves, Poke Riding, new moves, abilities, new abilities, and there's no movement grid, so it's free motion. You move with the circle pad, and there's not a movement grid anymore. Like, none of that shit. You can move wherever you want. But the Z moves, I like them. I like them more than Mega Evolution, just because I feel like it's not going to break the metagame. It's not going to be that overpowered. It's going to be interesting to see someone come back from behind using one Z move that just changes the tide of the battle, and you have to time it perfectly. You know, sometimes I use my Z moves and it's like they do half health. They don't do that much because either they switched out to a different Pokemon that's resisted the attack, or the defenses are boosted and doesn't do as much as I thought it would be, or it just doesn't do as much as I thought it would in general. I don't even know if the moves factor into special attack or physical attack. I haven't looked into the mechanics of those at all. But once I do, I'll be more educated. Poke Riding has honestly saved this fucking game. HMs were one of my least favorite things about Pokemon. Having to designate like a move in some of my best Pokemon just for exploring the lands. I don't know, it just never seemed worth it for me. I hated teaching my flying type Pokemon Fly, and I hated teaching someone Strength. I hated teaching my water type Pokemon Surf, even though it's a good special attacking HM. I just would rather have something else, you know? And I'm glad they gave us an option in this game. Poke Riding totally is a substitution for that, and I hope this is the direction that they go in the future. This is all they do, because I'm able to literally mold my team how I want to, create the team with the best moves, with like totally viable, just for like wrecking the game. You know, I don't need to worry about anything else, and it's like, it's great. It makes me want to play the game more. It adds to the enjoyment factor, and that's what you need to do when creating a good game. You need to make the game enjoyable, and Game Freak did a really good job of that. One of the last things we're going to talk about is Pokemon Refresh, the Pokepalago, Festival Plaza, Trial Captains, and Kahunas. So let's start with the Trial Captains and Kahunas. They replaced the gym system with trial captains and island kahunas. So when you go to these islands, you participate in these grand trials, and in all of them you have like there's like an event that starts. It says trial start and an event starts, and usually there's an assignment or something that you have to do. You have to find these items, you have to find these Pokemon, you have to remember this and that, you have to cook something, you know. It's very diverse, and it doesn't really get like boring. There was one of them that I feel like was a little bit repetitive. I think it was the cooking one where you just like smash A and you have to like find the ingredients, but I think I just got salty because I couldn't find one of the ingredients for a minute. But other than that, I really enjoyed the trials and the totem Pokemon. I'm gonna get into a con later that has to do with the totem Pokemon and their calling ability, but we'll get into that when we get into the cons. The Kahunas offered really good battles when I much needed like a challenging battle. I enjoyed battling Olivia with her Lycanroc. I enjoyed battling the Kahuna of Melee Islands, like the big guy, I forgot what his name was, and the Kahuna of like the last islands, the grounds type girl. You know, she had a really good team, and I really enjoyed that battle. The Festival Plaza has added a unique way to implement multiplayer into Pokemon. You know, you still need to have your friend's friend code and need to be connected to like the Pokemon Link system and the Wi-Fi. So it's still kind of like herky-jerky and shit, but I was able to play with my friend's trade eventually, and I think I've got it down. So like, now that I know how to use the system, it shouldn't be as difficult. But Pokepalago and Pokemon Refresh are so much fun. I am enjoying, after every single battle, just refreshing my Pokemon and increasing their affection levels so they do stuff for me in battle. Like, it's helped me out so much. I can't tell you how many times my Pokemon have toughed it out for me, or have gotten critical hits, or have dodged moves just because they want to please me. And it's like little things like that. It's like, you're the man. Like, I love you, Pokemon. Like, thank you for doing that for me, bro. Like, I've, like, for the first time, been able to get all of my Pokemon on my team to max affection. So, like, I have a team of just love bugs, and they're just fucking amazing, and they're my babies, and we're gonna shit on the Elite Four. And the Pokepalago offers a great way to get Pokebeans, like those beans. You can get rare ones and rainbow ones that increase the affection, like, faster than, like, the regular Pokebeans do, so there's a way for everything. And shiny hunting is going to be really fun with the new Pokemon calling system. And with that, let me get into some cons, alright? The first con is that it's not really even a con. It's like, this game looks amazing. Like, the graphics are just on point. They're so on point that sometimes when you have like 2 or more Pokemon on the battlefields, the game lags. There's rendering issues. Sometimes it's jumpy. It's just because like the 3DS is having trouble handling the Sun and Moon platforms because they're so advanced. But you know, it's give and take. You know, it's like, it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't affect me. Like, it doesn't affect my mechanics and the outcome of my battles. It's just an aesthetic thing that some people may be bothered by. And the other thing that is a pro and a con at the same time is this new Pokemon calling mechanic where Pokemon, when they get to low health, they call for friends, alright? This is great for shiny hunting. It's created and developed a new way to shiny hunt. You can chain the shit out of that and just have an adrenaline orb and have the Pokemon calling hella friends, and eventually one will be a shiny. I'm not gonna go in depth in how you really do that. There's a bunch of videos on how to shiny hunt. But the problem with that is when you're just trying to, like, you know, catch a regular Pokemon in the wild, right? I ran into this problem a few times, like early on in the game when my team wasn't fully developed, and my friend did too. It was hilarious. He was trying to catch like a Pick-a-Peck or a Salandit or something, and he would get it down to low health, and he'd want to catch it. He'd want to throw a Pokeball out, right? And it would call a friend, and once a friend comes in, you can't throw a Pokeball out. So you're like, shit, I can't catch a fucking Pokemon until I kill the other one that just came in. So it's like, alright, you take out the second Pokemon that came in, right? You think you're gonna throw out a Pokeball to catch it now. Nope, calls in another friend's. Alright, I'll I'll kill this one. I'll deal with it. I'll kill this Pokemon and I'll catch it afterwards. So you kill the friend Pokemon. You're ready to throw Pokemon out. No, it calls in another fucking friend. You think it would stop after like 4 times? I mean, no. It happened 8 times. My friend was on the mic, just fucking screaming. Like, he was so angry. He was just getting triggered as fuck. And it's like, it like shed some light for me. Like, you know what? Some people may be honestly bothered by this. But yeah, guys, overall, like, I am enjoying the fuck out of this game. And you should definitely play it. I can't wait to play Moon after I finish Sun. I'm probably gonna bring you guys a review of the post game after I finish it, and like a spoiler review, just so I can talk about everything with you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again for 50 subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, like, subscribe, share this video, share it with your friends. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about Pokemon Sun and Moon. Comment your friend codes down below so I can add you and trade with you, and we can like battle and shit. But yeah, guys, thank you again, and I will see y'all next time. Peace out.